and I'm just there by myself trying to figure out my next move. And it was like a movie. The door kicks open, and it's Tuff Hedeman.
How did he know you were there?
Oh, because we're that good a friend.
Did something happen at the Expo Center? Did you get white, start sweating?
I felt bad, and I kind of had almost fainted. And so then I went back to the room, and I still don't know. I mean, everybody kind of, like I said, it's a small industry. Everybody does. So the door opened.
They're like, Smitty's gone to the hospital or something like that.
And I don't know if I can use profanities, but
yeah, you can.
The door opens up.
It's called Unfiltered.
Let's go. Perfect. The door opens up, and it's Tuff. And he just looks at me and he goes, "Hey, motherfucker." He said, "Congratulations. Nobody else loves you like I do. Everybody else is leaving town. I'm your nurse."
It's my time right now. Yeah, this is my time right now. I'm in the spotlight.
Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered. Today I've got a guest who's very interesting. He's been in the apparel business for over 30 years. He's got a connection to entertainers. He's always traveling the country. I think you're going to be interested in his story. For me, he's a childhood friend and someone I've known my entire life, and I'm happy to have him here. Stephen Smith, also known as Smitty. Great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, let's talk about, since the clothing business has been a big part of your life, at least ever since I've seen you after high school. I mean, you tell us how you first got into it, and we'll kind of take it from there.
Yeah, just right out of high school in 1986, I ran into Clay Cavender from Cavender's Boot City, one of the owners, and we were at college, and they just kind of brought me into the store, and I did retail, worked in the back room, worked out on the floor, and slowly progressed into management and doing some stores for them. And then that got me jobs in wholesale, where I became a rep, did some design work and some other things for some brands.
Well, first of all, Clay Cavender, did he go to Stephen F. Austin?
No, this was at Tyler Junior College.
Okay. Did you?
Yeah.
At one point, I remember you being at Stephen F. I know you didn't stay there for the whole time.
I went to TJC, and then I went to Stephen F. I was supposed to go to North Texas, but ended up going to Stephen F.
And so you met Clay, and you kind of had it in there and started working there and just learned the business pretty much from the ground up.
Yes, from the back room, putting out boots.
And then eventually, what was your first job out from where you weren't employed by Cavender's?
I went to work for a company called Legion Leather, which is Brighton.
Okay, I remember the Brighton belts.
Yes, Brighton belts. And so they sold a lot of leather goods, ladies' handbags, but I got in because they have Western belts too. They have a contract with Justin and Tony Lama as their brand.
Did you do a lot of traveling?
Yes.
With Brighton?
Yes, I traveled. I had Northern Louisiana, all of Arkansas, and then we'd go to Hong Kong.
Is there a plant where they made it there?
Hong Kong, yeah. We toured, went for, I think, 10 days to Hong Kong. And, to just all of China, but Hong Kong was where was the big stop.
Right, because that was a little bit more Western several years ago.
Right.
Not so much now.
Right.
But China is where the factories were, I'm assuming.
Yes. And I think their factories are still there. There's a lot of leather goods and stuff that have moved to Mexico. Yes. Like in Leon, they do a lot of boots and stuff there. Most boots that you get are in Leon, Mexico. And, but they also do some belts and leather goods. But I think most of Legion or Brighton's are still in China.
Because, there's only, a few boot companies now?
No, there's quite a few. There's still Tony Lama, Luke Casey. Cavender's has a private label.
They do have a private label?
Corral Boots, Randy Watson Boots, which is another great story. Just a guy that kind of made his own name for himself, but now he has a very nice line of boots.
I mean, I guess when I think of a boot, I guess you got to pick a leather.
That helps.
in a heel. You got to find somebody to make it.
Yeah, in a toe. But I mean, there's a lot to it, and there's all different kind of brands. There's also one that a company that I work for now, Cinch. They're kind of part of. It's called Rod Patrick, and it's based out of Fort Worth. But they're handmade boots, and there's a lot to it. But the good thing about Leon, it's a small area.
Is that New Mexico?
And all of them are in a close radius, so they all kind of can. It's just good for the boot business.
It sounds like it's a craftsman type of.
Oh yeah,
that is. You can't just. I could not go down to Leon, go to the factory, say, "Hey, I'll take a job," and assemble the boots.
You cannot. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, these are people like you see even in Smith County, bricklayers and people that are very efficient.
Oh yeah,
and making things consistent.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
I mean, are some boots known, in the Western world to be more consistently put together than others?
Yes. Some of the handmade boots seem to be a little, how do I say, nicer.
Like Luke Casey's the one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, Luke Casey's a great boot.
Everybody jokes me that I don't have a pair of boots.
Which, I saw you at the rodeo and you didn't have a pair of boots.
But
we're going to work on that. We made a decision. We're going to work on that.
I've got a bad instep. It's hard for my foot to get in, to slide in because the boots, it's form. You gotta curve in to get in. But I have such a high instep. It's almost like I can't hardly wear boots.
But see, that's where we go. We get you somebody that can measure everything and make you a boot that makes it easier for you to slide in.
I mean, it's just, I don't look forward to having to try to get in a pair of boots. I'm sweating by the time I pulled them both on.
Hey, Chad, we got to be there at 6:30 and it's 7 o'clock. You're still in there tugging away.
My wife's got to take them off at the end of the night.
We'll get you a boot jack.
I mean, that's why I've always liked shoes. You could kind of get into a lot easier.
Yeah, at the rodeo when you walked in, I was like, I forgot he doesn't have a pair of boots.
No, I mean, I just tried to look cool instead.
You pulled it off.
We were in the VIP section, so why not, right? I mean, I wasn't going to get dirty.
No, we weren't. Yeah.
All right, so Cinch, you work for Cinch now. Do you travel a lot for Cinch?
I do a little bit. We have to do store setups, and then Vegas for National Finals Rodeo is a pretty big deal. The office is based out of Denver, Colorado, so I'll have to go up there a little bit. Mostly travel stores and do stuff like that.
You've worked for Cinch more than one time.
I worked for Cinch for 22 years. I left about 3 years ago, went to work for a company called Hui, based out of Spring Branch, just
outside
around
Houston?
No, the one outside of San Antonio. There's 2 Spring Branches.
Oh. Yeah, I was thinking Houston all the way.
Yep, no, there's 2. And this is just north of San Antonio. And then I just came back to work for Cinch about 5 months ago.
Because I remember, you being in New Braunfels for quite a few years, right?
Yes, I lived in that whole area off and on for, I don't even know how many years. I lived in Spring Branch and New Braunfels.
Is that because it was close to your territory when you worked for Cinch, or why were you there?
How was I there?
I don't know why. I never knew why you were there.
Originally I went down there when I first started with Cinch. I lived in San Antonio, and because I had a territory in the South. And then when I got major and big accounts, I don't know why.
Why did
I just lived there?
Tyler, I guess I would ask in the first place.
Oh, because of Brighton and Cavender's. Cavender's had me moving to stores, and then Brighton moved me to Shreveport, and then Cinch moved me to San Antonio. But once I became a major account rep, I could live anywhere. I came to Tyler for just a little bit, but then we just went back down that way.
I remember there was a time,
country.
I remember there was a time when you were in Huntsville, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Not in prison. Can you clarify that?
Yeah. Not in jail, but I remember you, I don't know I can't remember who you worked for, but I remember you being
Cavender's.
It was in They had a store there. Had one.
Yeah, they had a store there. That was an interesting time, just altogether. Huntsville, Texas, just because all the prison and stuff like that. It's crazy.
The employees for the prison all live there, I'm assuming.
Yes, they all live in surrounding areas, stuff like that. I do have a kind of funny prison story. wasn't me. I mean, I was
No, it's okay.
I was visiting.
We're always interested.
So this guy came in the store one day and he said, "Hey, Smitty, these prisoners, they do a lot of work, and they do have prisoners that make all kinds of."
He said Smitty, so you knew this guy.
Yeah. He was a customer.
Okay.
So he came in. He said, "I sell leather goods for the prison. So the prisoners make it. I go out and I sell them to." And I don't know how he sold them.
And they get the money, put it on their books in the commissary.
Yes. And so he said, you know, he brought me some stuff, and I said, "Oh, that looks good," but I really wasn't in the.
You weren't in the leather goods business?
Well, I kind of liked the ones that I had that were a little more consistent.
You didn't want a wallet that was about 18 inches tall
and super thick. So he said, "Hey, why don't you come out one day and come look and watch them work?" So I go out to the prison.
Work? You mean like do leather work?
Yeah. So I go in. This guy has to walk me in. They walk me in. Which another interesting thing
Now,
about
they've got
prison.
sharp knives and
let me tell you. So I have to walk in, and you walk in the middle of the sidewalk, and it's taped off.
Right where
the prisoners have to walk opposite of you, and they can't walk in the middle.
Yeah.
So that was weird to me. That this is what's protecting me is a tape.
This was, maximum security prison.
Oh yeah. This was I think it was Wall's unit, but
No, at least it wasn't death row.
then it wasn't Wall's because Wall's is death row.
I don't know.
I can't remember which one it was, but I'm walking down. So I go in. We walk in. I'm in there 30 seconds, and the guy that's kind of the guard that's over everybody tells my buddy, "Hey, I need to talk to you outside for a minute." So they walk outside and leave me
Inside.
in a room with 30 prisoners with knives, like you said, picks for
What do you call those augers that they make a hole?
yes, like hole punch it, like they have all this stuff, and it's just me, and I'm scared,
I mean,
and I'm looking around, and all of a sudden this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey man, you want to come back here and look at this?" And I'm like, "Nope."
look at what?
I'm going to stay right here. And he goes, "No, man, you need to come back here and look at my work." So I go back there. It was unbelievable.
He thought, he
The
knew you were
talent,
there.
yeah, the work that this guy had done, and it was a wallet and a belt, was some of the best stuff I'd ever seen. Like, it was that good.
So you weren't going to get hurt that day.
I was not going to get hurt.
You were a potential.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they. I don't think they knew. He just wanted to show off his work. It was unbelievable. So I go. We leave. In this part, so I go out, and they're checking me out, and I'm backed up to a fence, and it's the outside, and all the prisoners are out there playing basketball.
Okay, this is general population recess.
And I'm right. The fence is right behind me,
Hey, there is
and I have my cowboy hat on. My
new
boots.
beat.
Exactly. So I'm sitting there, and I hear, "Hey, cowboy."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't turn around. I just keep looking, waiting for them to sign me out. And I hear, "Hey, cowboy." I'm like, "Nope." He said, "I know you can hear me." So I just turn around. I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Boy, you'd be a hit in here." And I said, "Would I?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Next time you come back," I said, "See, that's the difference between you and me. I will never be back."
And you hadn't been.
No, I never went back. We didn't end up getting anything from him because we couldn't, because I can't remember the whole deal. Oh, they couldn't supply a bunch of stuff.
I mean,
They could only make singles.
I represented someone one time, and they went to prison, and they made me, a thing to hold a yellow tablet. I guess they just, maybe that's a class they teach down there. I don't know how people know.
They do furniture. They do all kinds of stuff.
I guess, do they sell it for themselves or to help
I think
fund
the
the
state.
prison?
I think the state gets it, and they probably, like you said, probably get a little bit on their books, but I think most of it goes to the state. And I don't know if they still do that. That was, golly, that was 30.
Huntsville is not that.
That was
lively
35
of a
years
town,
ago.
right?
It was pretty fun.
It was it.
Well, I mean, I was
Were you married?
I was 20 something, and there was a college there.
Yeah, I guess Sam
Mexican
Houston.
night.
Sam Houston.
Yeah, every night they had something going on, so it was pretty fun.
Now,
Mm.
what year was that?
That would have been 94.
Right after I came back. So yeah, that's Yeah, you were in your, you were still in your 20s.
Uh-huh.
From there, have you ever opened a store for anybody brand new after they finished construction?
Yeah, Cavender's a lot.
Uh,
I used to travel. Even when I went to school in NAC, if they opened a store anywhere, I would travel and help.
And to open the store, would it be your responsibility by yourself, or would it be a team of people that, had
Team.
once the store's open, it would have to be merchandised in some way, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how. Another thing about this Western industry, it's super small and everybody's close.
Like, all the vendors?
And we're all vendors. We're all friends. We take care of each other. Even if you're a competitor with somebody, you still take care of somewhat of people because we've all been in this industry so long and it's such a small industry. So when we would travel, you would help other reps.
What would they need? I mean, like, what?
Unloading boots, tagging boots, putting boots out. Even if I wasn't a boot rep, but I would go and I would help them do stuff. People help you with jeans and denim and shirts and stuff like that. So it's a very tight-knit group, which as we've all progressed and gotten a little older, it's pretty neat little.
Is it still pretty small?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
just the people that are constantly working in the industry.
Yeah, it's the same. It's a lot of the same people. I mean, and if it's not them, it's like their kids, which goes
like your daughter.
Yeah,
Just
my daughters.
both of them.
So my youngest one, Presley, is a associate buyer for Cavender's. So that she's there's a buyer, Trace, a guy named Trace Smith. That's her direct boss, and then she's in on all the meetings on denim and outerwear for Cavender's.
What do they want her to do? When you say a buyer, are they told, "Hey, just go buy this," or they give it?
Well, they have numbers they have to meet, and they look at spreadsheets and what's selling, what's not selling. Then they look at what I show, and then if they like it, if they think it will sell,
new stuff that they might buy.
Yes, and that's really where they come in. Her thing is also she's big on replenishment and stuff. So when things are running low, she places those orders.
Does she have to keep track of the inventory that's dropping, or is that someone else's job?
That's a good question. They've gotten so big.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to tell.
I know Cavender's, I would think, would have it down.
Oh no, they do.
I mean,
everything's computer, and I think. I don't know how they know exactly, but the buyers can get spreadsheets, and when you go in, they have turn margins and stuff like that. So it's pretty intense. And then my oldest daughter took my job when I left Huey and went back to work for Cinch. She worked at Legion and Brighton, and she just came over, and now she works for Huey. So she's a rep.
So she took you left Huey and she came to Huey.
Uh-huh.
Now, backing up, you've seen the country and Western apparel industry. I mean, pretty much, you've had a front row seat since about 86, right?
Right, yeah.
How much has that industry grown, and how many more people have come to wear that clothing and go into those stores?
Well, it just depends. I mean, there's something that always comes along that kicks it up a notch.
A movie, Urban Cowboy,
and now Yellowstone. The Yellowstone craze has made it a whole nother level.
I mean, I'm looking for boots now.
Yeah. If we get you in it, we've hit the peak.
I mean, once I saw,
Yeah, Taylor Sheridan will be happy. I'll go, this is the guy that we finally got. This is proof that Western. But yeah, it's different things like that.
Have you met Taylor Sheridan?
I have not. I went to, he had a concert.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. He had a concert up in Weatherford, Texas. And
because he owns all that land, that old Amazon warehouse where they shoot all of those shows.
Yes. What's it, 4-6 Ranch or whatever?
Yeah.
I think
because our boy Todd Gable has been up there.
Yeah.
And said it's, they're shooting Landman out there, and it's not like it's in Midland.
Yeah.
Oh, does
Todd maybe in one of the episodes.
I think he had an inside track. I don't know if he got into it.
Yeah.
He's got a movie coming out. It's almost out. It was called like Man on the Wire or something.
Yeah, I'm still confused on what it was.
I am too.
But it's going to what's the big film festival?
Not Sundance.
Sundance. It's going to something like that, I think.
Yeah, Sundance is here, and Robert Redford started that, and he just died.
Yeah, he just passed.
And that Cannes or Cannes is, somewhere over there in Europe.
He's doing some film festival. That movie is, so we'll see. I mean, Todd's. I've watched a couple of different things where he popped up. I can't remember the one that he popped up on.
He's always a cop or a policeman. I mean, or a military man.
Well, this one he was about to marry somebody's ex-wife, and he was kind of preppy. It was really funny, but I didn't know he was going to be on it. So I'm watching the show, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, there's Gable. And I rewound it and snapped a picture and sent it to everybody.
I mean, it's amazing, we're talking about him, and this seems off topic a little bit, but somebody we grew up with who's, in the insurance business, but kind of started dabbling on the side and acting and got an agent, and he's gotten to where he's billed on a movie with Al Pacino and Cary Elwes and a bunch of people, and that's...
and he grew up with us.
Quite an accomplishment for Todd. So shout out to Todd Gable, man. I mean, let's buy him a tan booth for his home.
He is the tannest guy I know.
So yeah, it seems to me though that country and western apparel has moved. It's almost like mainstream clothing more than it was. Like when we were growing up. I mean, if I had a pair of Wranglers, I was. Maybe just it was cowboy day at the elementary school.
You were down at the FFA building.
I mean, right? I mean, I was playing a part back then if I wore boots and a hat. Yeah. But a lot of people seem to wear. It's a little more fashionable to me.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like the shirts.
Yeah, shirts, and go back to boots. People, it's really funny. People, a lot of places will go, oh, you can't get in with, you have boots on or whatever, and so now places. But now, I mean, boots cost as much as the boots alone cost as much as people's suits on the high end side. Like,
I know some lawyers that are very successful in Houston, and all they wear is boots with a suit, which I can't get into them. I don't like to get hot after getting out of the shower. I'm not struggling to put the boots on.
Yeah, for sure.
But. So you've seen a lot of things. I mean, what's changed about the clothing industry? Cinch, Hui, all these companies. Is it just more of them? Is there private equity money coming in? What's going on?
Kind of a combination. There's more popping up. Like you can look at some of there's smaller brands and then
whiskey bent hats.
Whiskey bent hats.
I see these things popping up that are Western related.
So social media has helped a lot of them.
For sure.
Because, I mean, I'll use Tacova. Tacova boots came online, and now they have stores, and that's been their big push. And people love Tacovas.
Why do they love Tacova boots?
Because they don't have a clue, because it's been on their social media, and they think it's the cool brand and whatever.
It's like a picture of breakfast.
And I will be the guy to say it, and as public as this goes, or whatever. Tacovas are not the best boots. All you later, everybody's like, oh man, I got some Tacovas. Well, congratulations. You have been conned by the whole system of social media that's what you've fallen for. Now, their stores have stores in Austin. They're nice. They do wait on you. They're very good, but the boot is not a Western boot like everybody thinks.
What makes it? Well, I mean, I take you to be kind of a Western purist when it comes to apparel, boots, and stuff. And so, when you say that, what are you saying that they're doing or not doing?
It's just not. There's just different types of boots. You can look at them. You can see, you can check out the toe, what kind of toe they have on them.
Square toes?
Square toes are big. I love the wider square toes.
What happened to the roach killers?
They're still around, but just not as many of them. That's what you should get.
I mean, I've seen guys with the roach killers, I mean.
Yeah. Well, now they've gone back to, there's a little smaller snip toe is what it's called, but it's not quite a roach killer, but that's a little snip square toe, which is a smaller one. But I mean, there's just good boots, and good design, and good a good boot when you see one.
All right, and so and you don't work Cinch? Do they don't have boots?
No, we do not have boots. We have a little private label called Rod Patrick Boots that was part of Cinch, and it's just a handmade boot made out of Fort Worth. But I'm not sure if that's still in the.
I mean, would they
under the same umbrella?
Right, but when you say a handmade boot out of Fort Worth, that would mean there'd have to be people in Fort Worth somewhere in a warehouse that were assembling boots.
No, it's the store's based out of Fort Worth.
Okay. All boots are made either in Mexico or China?
Yeah, most of them in Mexico.
Okay.
There's some in El Paso still, and I don't know how that works. I'm not an expert on that part, but I think Luke Casey still may do a few in El Paso.
And, boot prices over time, I mean, have they been steadily rising?
Yeah.
Are they still affordable?
Oh, no, they're going up.
I mean, I wouldn't even know what a good pair of boots costs. I would guess $500.
You can get anywhere from like probably about $300 up.
That are,
I mean, $300 is a casual knock around, like a good one.
Like a driving shoe for me.
She said driving shoe.
I
I got to put on my driving shoes.
Oh, but the growing Hispanic population, I would think in Texas and East Texas would be, pretty supportive of
They're great.
the industry.
Yeah, they're great. They do. They are big supporters of the industry. They are big supporters of Western wear.
I mean, that's what I say.
They love it, and they support it. It doesn't matter.
I mean, that's when you think about Sunday best, sometimes it seems like the Western wear is, are some people's Sunday best. The boots,
Yeah.
the shirt, the belt, the jeans.
Yeah.
And I would think that business would have done better and better and better over the last, say, 10 or 20 years, just with the demographic change.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In Texas.
When I was at Huey, they did their little logo is a guy with a hands up, and it's interesting.
Yeah, I never understood what that meant.
Huey is a rodeo term, and
Hooey or something like that. I mean, it's something like that. I mean,
it's 2 wraps in a Huey when you're roping a calf. And
Oh, okay.
You raise your hand. Well, the hands up is after he rope is kind of where they came
like
from.
calf rope.
Yes.
Yeah.
So his hands up. So,
It's over. Stop.
but we did a cap with the logo, and we had the Mexico flag colors in it.
Green, white,
Right,
and red. Yeah.
And it was
Blew up.
crazy. It was crazy. They just sold them like crazy. And we did one also with the red, white, and blue originally, and then we were like, well, they were like, maybe we should try this, and it did great.
Now,
Super supportive.
why did you? I mean, I don't know if this is sensitive. I don't know if it's out of topic, but you were Cinch. You were 3 years at Huey and back to Cinch. I mean, what were those moves about for you?
The first move out of Cinch to Huey, I was in to get personal, I was in a weird spot. I didn't really know. I'd done the same thing forever. I'd been, me and the girls had moved to Tyler.
I mean, was the money okay, or was it a?
Yeah, no, it was great.
It's not
Everything was
money.
great. I just was in this weird spot,
You're getting old.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
and I came across a friend of mine, and we were talking one day, and I was just in a weird spot. I didn't know what was going on, and she kind of sat there and we chatted, and then next day she called me and she's like, "You should probably talk to someone."
We were just having some maybe what people they talk about it more today than they did in the old days.
Yeah. And I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" She goes, "You may be battling some depression." And I go, "Me?
Yeah, I mean,
Have you met me?"
I mean,
I love everybody. I love how everything.
anybody who knows you thinks of you kind of as a constant funny man instead of
Yes.
a downer.
Right. Well, that's what I tried to do. Yes.
Are you saying that was kind of a mask or an overcompensation?
Well, kind of. There were other things which I didn't realize until she kind of brought it up.
Things that you just kind of pressed down.
Yeah. And so then she was like, "You should really talk to somebody." And I was like, "Okay." So I reached out, and I had a 45-minute call with a therapist. Kind of went through the whole deal, and felt like I hit a home run. Like I was like, okay.
Did you feel good
Yeah.
sharing something?
Yeah, I felt good sharing, but I also felt like I just didn't share it. Like I was good.
Like, yeah, I don't.
Like this is
Yeah, I was just kind of down for a minute.
Right.
I'm good.
So when I got finished, she said, "Oh, you have a bad bout of depression," and I'm like,
I feel fine.
I go, yeah, and so I kind of told her the same thing. So
Is this just leading to a change of scenery?
yes, so I had a few more calls and all that, and I was kind of like I needed a change. I couldn't change. I'm divorced. I was still divorced.
Yeah.
Didn't date anybody, so I couldn't change. I had 2 girls. I couldn't change. There was really nothing I could change except
For a job?
And I kind of just went that route. I kind of jumped in. Joey, the owner, has been a friend of mine forever. When he started the company, I was one of the first people we ran into each other in the airport. He asked me questions. We kind of became friends, and things kind of progressed. So I went to him, and they had a spot open. So I took that. I did that for like 3 years, and then unfortunately, the rep for Cavender's for Cinch had passed away. So Cavender's called, and Cinch had a conversation about if I would come back to Cinch. And I felt like at that point I'd worked through a few things. And
Were you living in Tyler when you changed jobs from Cinch to Huey? So you didn't change the scenery there. You just changed the scenery of the travel, the people you worked with, and whatever was happening there.
yeah,
Did you find that was it helpful to you or at all?
yeah. It was helpful. I just needed, I needed just a fresh start on. I'm not super organized, as you know.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, everybody has their strong suits.
and so doing some things, it just switching to a new company and being able to put all the stuff I'd done for the past 22 years kind of to the side in a box, it kind of in my head also, moved everything away, and then start fresh kind of helped me rejuvenate.
Do you think
clear
you're
my head.
better at Cinch now because of that?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, like going through that, you kind of dealt with whatever was bothering you.
Yeah.
You changed jobs for a while, and then you came back maybe kind of with a new outlook.
Yeah, for sure. And Huey helped me a lot. They put more responsibilities on me on some things, and it helped me to get more organized and to get more focused.
Was it pressure that you felt just from the job and the responsibilities, and maybe if you're unorganized, that doubles the pressure? Was it something along those lines?
Where you'd wake up in the middle of the night.
Right, you're like, oh my God, I forgot this, right?
I didn't do this, or I need to do this, and then you write a note, and then it goes in a stack of 48 other little notes.
So, all right, so you're a lot more organized. Are you enjoying Cinch?
Yeah, I love it.
What are your responsibilities? So if somebody was listening to this and they were wanting to be in the apparel business and wondered what the jobs are like, what is your job like?
Well, I have Cavenders. I have one account. I have a major account. I have them.
Okay, so
I show them the line.
when you say Cavenders, you don't have just one store.
I have all of them. I have 100 and I think they have 110 right now.
Okay, so that's not just like driving up here on the loop to Tyler, Texas,
No.
and going in the store and putting some
No.
jeans on the shelf.
No. I go to the office. Yeah, their office is here in Tyler. I'll go there. I meet with the buyers, and that's another thing. Like most of the time, you deal with one buyer. Cavenders, I think I have 7 buyers. They all have assistants. They have the buyers have a couple people that are over them. So you're dealing with them, and then I'll go to stores when they're opening new stores and do resets and put up jeans and organize and stuff like that. And then I'm also kind of involved in a little smaller group of salespeople with designers and stuff. So they come to us with suggestions and
Hey, what
on designs.
are people liking?
Yeah, and they'll send us what they do and go, hey, do you like this? Do you not like that?
Yeah.
And that's
Is
awesome.
function like, breathability, stretch,
Yes.
any of those things that I find myself really migrating to now, are those things finding themselves into the country apparel?
Yes. There's a couple brands. I mean, I will give Huey credit and Joey years ago when he first kind of came out with a shirt. He did the fishing type shirt, the breathable
Right.
and all that, and also Cavender's private label. They both kind of had that look, and then some of these other, going back to the whole social media, they're now doing it. Like there's Poncho and some of those guys that are doing that same style, but it's breathable, it's stretch, it's athletic. We do it now. We have it at Cinch.
I mean, I just almost wouldn't buy a shirt for the summer if it wasn't a performance polo
Yes.
type of shirt. I mean,
Yes.
it's just too hot,
Yes.
right?
Performance fabric is really, really big. And we still do a lot. Like in the Western industry, there's still a lot of, the cotton long sleeve.
I mean, guys that work outside.
Yeah. And they also want to wear them. They starch them up, and
They starch
they're
'em up.
cowboys.
Yeah.
And that's that's all they've ever known.
They have not migrated to comfort, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But it's comfort to them, and it's what they know. And
Yeah, I guess if, briars have been scratching you all day.
yeah. And if you think about it, a cotton shirt starched up is protection.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's so rough. I mean, you can not get scratched or whatever else. But you mentioned Las Vegas earlier, and I can imagine that, that big rodeo every year is probably a vendor's mecca,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's National Finals Rodeo. It's 10 days, but they have a thing out there called Cowboy Christmas, which is, I can't even begin to tell you a guesstimate on the size or how many people or how much they do, but it's people from all over. People come there. I think the arena only holds 16,000 people.
Rodeo arena.
For the 10, but there's hundreds of thousands of people that go and don't even go to the rodeo.
Right. I mean, do y'all have an exhibition center or something where you set up, your clothing line?
Yeah. So everybody has it. Every vendor, every store, like Cavender's has one. All the vendors have one, and it is packed. Like it's the wildest thing you've ever seen. And if I remember correctly, and this is years and years and years ago, one of another Western store, they had multiple Western stores. They're open for those 10 days at National Finals Rodeo was their third largest store for the year.
That's how much they sold.
In 10 days, they sold as much as, and I think at that point in time, they probably had like 20 stores.
Are people going there to buy clothing, or vendors going there to show clothing to other?
They buy. People, but a good thing that Cinch does, if you buy $300, $350 worth of stuff, you get a gift with purchase. Well, that gift with purchase is usually a bag, like a suitcase,
So that you can
put all your stuff in and get it back home.
Okay. Yeah, because that's, you got to think about those things. If people went to Las Vegas and they flew in,
Oh, yeah.
the last thing they want to do is buy a bunch of clothes because they can't get them back.
Right. Well, if we get them back, it's the craziest thing, and it's lined up, and it'll take you 2 days to get through it.
And so would you have to go out there for the entire 10 days of that rodeo?
Yeah, I used to, but
Not-
almost. It would be like 14 days because you'd have to set up, work, and tear down.
Who brings this stuff out there to set up?
We have trucks. We have from Denver, and
Oh, okay. You
There's-
can fly out there. You don't
I
have to.
fly out there. I don't do it. I get there and it's all there, and then we set it up. I had to do that for a few years.
We talked about Urban Cowboy earlier. That movie 8 Seconds.
Yeah.
It kind of brought,
That was another one. Yeah.
the rodeo, culture and the people back to the forefront. And I mean, you've had a chance to meet some of these people that we've seen played by other people on TV, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, that you go back to 8 Seconds. One of my best friends is Tuff Hedeman. And it goes back to a Vegas story. I was in Vegas and I had a heart issue. And so I had to go to I went into the emergency room, and it was it was the last 2 days of Vegas of the rodeo.
I mean, does that say anything about what you've been doing the last 12?
I know that now that I think about it. But so I go in, and I'm in there, and most of the people are leaving because they've been there for 16 days or 14 days. And people are tired of being in
Can't go to Vegas longer than a couple of days.
Right. So I go in, and so they tell me I need a stent. So I go in, I'm in my room.
Do you get a stent there?
Yeah.
I mean, not even going home?
I tried to come home. I'll tell you that's a pretty good story too. So I go in there, and it's just me. And they're like, do you have anybody with you? And I go, well, I'm here for work, but everybody's working and whatever. And so they're like, okay. And they were like, well, we're going to have surgery here, or do you want to go home? I said, well, let me think about it. So I'm trying to get a way to get home.
They give you a little time. It's not like
they gotta have, because I didn't have a heart attack.
Right.
I just had some issues. So but I couldn't fly commercial.
Because of the altitude?
Mm-hmm. And because they were afraid of something could happen.
And they wouldn't be able to do for you?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
well, they wanted me to do it there.
Okay, so they were pretty much trying to limit your options where you would say, okay, I'll do it here, right?
So you'll get a kick out of this because we have a friend which named Harry Leatherwood.
Oh, yeah.
And so Harry had a jet. And I met Harry at Willowbrook Country Club, but years and years ago, I'd got through playing a round of golf. I was sitting by myself. Harry was over in the corner playing dominoes. And he just said, hey, he may get mad at me telling this story, but whatever. It's the greatest story because it tells you what type of guy he is.
He just got a stent.
Yeah. So he's on the other side of that. He's on the other side, and he said, hey, who are you? And I said, my name's Smitty. He said, you any kin to Jack Smith? I said, yes, sir. I said, that was my dad. And he said, he was a good man. I said, yes, sir. I felt like he was too. So my buddies come back, and we're sitting there. So I'm about to leave, and Harry says, hey, Smitty, come over here for a second. And he hands me a sheet of paper. And it says, open it when you get to your vehicle. So I go out to my vehicle, and I open it up, and it had his phone number, and said, if you need anything for the rest of your life, you call me. And I mean it, if you need anything.
Do you know why or what his connection was to your dad?
They played golf together and just friends.
And I guess he knew your dad had passed away?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My dad had been gone for 10 years.
And you think that was, kind of, he was like, he knew you didn't have a father, and he was like, hey, if you need anything.
And just to show that, I mean, how much he respected my father.
Yeah.
And so I knew he had a jet. So this is years and years later, and we'd become friends. And,
right, you've seen him playing golf.
Oh, yeah, we played golf, and we played in some tournaments together. So, but I'm out there, so I call him, and he's like, hey, buddy. And I said, man, I'm in Vegas, and I got to have heart surgery or whatever, and I can't really get back. But he had leased out his jet to somebody, so he didn't have one. But he was like, I'll get you a jet. And it's coming to you. I go, no, that's not the deal. I don't want you to. So I'm at this point, I hang up, and I'm just there by myself trying to figure out my next move. And it was like a movie. The door kicks open, and it's Tuff Hedeman.
How did he know you were there?
Oh, because we're that good of friends.
Did something happen at the expo center? Did you get white, start sweating?
I felt bad, and I kind of had almost fainted. And so then I went back to the room, and I still don't know. I mean, everybody kind of, like I said, it's a small industry. Everybody does. So the door opens.
They're like, Smitty's gone to the hospital or something like that.
And I don't know if I can use profanities, but
yeah, you can.
The door opens up.
It's called unfiltered.
Let's go. Perfect. The door opens up, and it's Tuff. And he just looks at me. He goes, hey, motherfucker. He said, congratulations. Nobody else loves you like I do. Everybody else is leaving town. I'm your nurse. And I go, I think I'm going to rethink this whole thing. And he stayed with me. He would go sign his autographs, do his stuff, come back and do his hang with me for hours, and then he'd go back.
Because Tuff was out there.
He was out there signing an autograph. He wasn't riding it.
Well, I mean, this is like after the fact. These guys come back.
Yeah, they go. I mean, they have booths where he signs autographs, and they're lined up.
They get paid.
Hours. Yeah, he's there for like 2 hours, and people are lined up.
Where does Tuff live now?
Right outside of Stephenville.
All right. I mean, that sounds like a cowboy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah, he is.
I mean, his name, Tuff.
Yeah,
That has to be when he was a kid. Maybe he was tough.
it was. His name's Richard Hedeman. When he was little, the story is he slammed his
That's in the
finger
movie.
in the door, and his grandfather.
That's in the movie. Because I remember watching that movie and seeing him at the end in person. You know, they had the thing at the end. And, you know, it just really, I didn't know any of them. But it made me like him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a rodeo cowboy, and I say he's the best bull rider. He says he's not, but I mean he's pretty good.
we don't know any of today's riders, or I don't. Like remember Larry Mahan,
Yeah.
Donnie Gay. You had all these
Donnie Graham.
Donnie Graham, who lived in my neighborhood. Yeah, remember all these people we used to kind of know, you know, in rodeo. But now, I mean, I don't.
They're still big names. A lot of big names like Sage Kinsey, J.B. Mooney, who he probably will tough, and most people probably say he's probably the best of all time now.
Really, bull rider.
Yeah, he's retired.
I mean, that's
He's
suicide pact.
He's a good dude.
At least they got helmets and a bulletproof vest to ride now.
Yeah. And then back then
I mean, good Lord.
that wasn't an option.
I mean, Lane, you know, he got gored.
Yeah, Tuff probably still wishes. I mean, Tuff could have rode a lot longer if they would have had those helmets and stuff.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't think he ever wore one.
Didn't one of the Donaldson girls or Jacoby girls, didn't she marry a guy who's a pro rodeo, a roper?
I don't know.
Lloyd Loftus, somebody like that. Have you ever heard that? So that's the only connection I've had or heard about in rodeoing. But
Well, the other night at the Tyler Rodeo, we had a guy we went to high school with, Trent Ford.
oh yeah,
Remember Trent?
oh yeah,
His son
must be in it.
is a calf roper, and he's like number 30 in the world, and he ended up placing like third. His name's Hayden, and he was out there. So boy, it was funny because it was to give you a little story. Tyler had its first inaugural rodeo, and Chad was a good sponsor for it, and it had a good committee, and it was sold out every night. But Trent was out there with his son, and boy, you talk about somebody just proud.
Yeah,
His boy did really good, and then they interviewed him, and he was a good, respectful young man, and you get a lot of that. And
I've known Trent since I was young. I mean, we've all known him.
yeah,
right?
yeah. And his son did really good. His son's got some skills. He's good.
Can they make any money in rodeoing these days?
Yeah, I mean, it used to be you had to get to the finals. If you got to the finals, you were making money. But purses have gone up and stuff like that. So there's sponsorships. I mean, a lot of them are.
I mean, Cinch is probably paying people to wear their stuff, right?
Cinch does, Wrangler area, Rock and Roll Denim, Huey. They all, like, those guys have, if they have something on their shirt, they're getting some money.
Is there any celebrities, you know, that migrate to these, you know, Las Vegas rodeos during that time? I mean, they have concerts. I mean, what goes on over there?
It's the wildest week. Not just a prime example of just the rodeo, but the second the rodeo's over, there's a concert somewhere going, and it's, you name it, they're out there. George Strait used to do 2 nights. He'd do a Friday and Saturday. and Friday and Saturday. He'd do 4 nights in Vegas at the T-Mobile. Cody Johnson has taken that over and is doing that. Cole Wetzel, who's from East Texas here, he's from Pittsburgh. They play out there. It's Huey, the company I work for. They have a thing called the Huey Party, and it's crazy.
Going to Vegas for, almost 2 weeks and the entertainers and everything that's going on, I'm sure you've seen or maybe even met a lot of famous country and Western singers. Is that right?
Yeah. I've been very blessed and lucky to have some kind of ties to music industry. Years and years ago, I was part of a design team and a group that we started a line called Southern Thread.
Yeah, I've heard
that was we tied it into Texas red dirt music.
Right, the Red Dirt Festival, those kind of
in downtown and stuff like that. Well, it's a whole. To some people, there's a whole genre of
red dirt music.
Yes, which was based really Texas, Oklahoma. So it was Robert Earl Keen, Jack Ingram, Pat Green, Frost Canadian Ragweed. Those guys there's so many artists in Texas and Oklahoma and so many places to play that these guys could make a living just playing.
In this small area of Texas, Oklahoma?
Yes.
Was Cross Canadian Ragweed out at the fair the other day?
No.
That was not them?
No, that was just somebody playing their music.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I heard him say that, and I was like, is that?
No, they were just playing I think it was a type of cover band.
All right. So
they played a lot of it.
I never understood what red dirt music, is Whiskey Myers. Are they in this?
Whiskey Myers has gone to a little more of a southern, they're still kind of more like southern rock.
Because they're Palestine, Texas.
Yeah, they're Palestine.
They started off playing around here a little bit.
Yeah, which is a good story.
And Yellowstone, they got on there and it blew them up. I mean, just like Lainey Wilson, right?
Yeah, a lot of them.
And that
Bingham, he's in the movie. He's in it.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's great. So I don't know if you remember, you might, but Tyler's the old Loaf and Shed.
Oh yeah, man.
And then they had bootleggers.
That was there.
Yes.
Oh, Todd, what's his name?
Todd.
Golly, what was his name? Todd Barnes.
Yes. So he started it there.
I remember. I went there, Loaf and Shed. My parents would take us when we were just 21.
TC there,
right?
Or Thomas Conley.
God,
I still remember that.
And it was a big place for Tyler.
Yeah. Well, then this guy came in and put bootleggers,
and he put some money. It was nicer.
Oh yeah, he cleaned it up.
What about Electric Cowboy?
Stop it. Is this thing on? So Todd did that out there, and that's when I was doing the clothing line that was tied into Texas music.
Were you working for Cavender's at that point?
No, I was. I don't remember who my accounts were,
but it was the clothing line, Southern Thread, that had you in contact with the musicians.
Yeah. But yeah. So I'm gonna go to my Whiskey Myers story. So
let's hear about it.
So he would say, "Hey, Smitty, can you help us?"
Have you been out to timeout and taken a picture?
Yes, just once.
No, I mean, isn't that a thing?
Yes.
They say timeout.
They had to block it off because so many cars were pulling in.
There's a song where they mention, at the timeout.
Broken windows played, I think. Yeah.
So people keep going out there taking a picture.
Timeout on 155.
I'll just call Smitty and get an old photo from his phone.
Smitty. So the funny thing, the bootleggers was not far from there. So Todd would reach out to me and he was like, "Hey man, can you help?" And I kind of helped him with the green room. And he had I can't remember the girl he had that was helping him. He kind of had like an assistant that was she was doing a lot of work for that because he traveled. So
he had another job. Okay, this was a side gig.
Yeah. He was doing something else, making the money to front this deal. So he ends up, I would go help her do some things like green room, and we would hang banners up and neons. So I'm there one day and she's like, "Hey, Smitty, Todd wants to have a band about every night if possible."
Every night?
And I'm like, "Man, I don't know how you can do that." She's like, "Yeah." She said, "But I got these friends that I went to high school with. They have a little band, and they want to play Wednesday, but we don't have any money. We're not paying them.
And there's not much of a crowd.
Right. Because it was getting new, and it was kind of growing.
And Wednesday night.
So I said, sure. She said, can you all help, Southern Thread? And I'm like, yeah. And I said, what do you need?
What did she mean by help?
She said $200 for a band on a Wednesday night.
Which back then,
Well, it was nothing. And so I reached in my pocket. I gave her $200. I said, it's done.
All right, book them.
And book them. And she said, they're friends of mine. They're really good. Please come out and watch them. So I went home, came out and watched them, and it was Whiskey Myers.
And this was what year, you think?
Oh, man, I couldn't tell you what the year, but they had not played many gigs.
I mean, was it in the 80s or 90s?
Oh, no, it was 90s.
Okay.
Oh, no, it was it had to be around 2000.
Yeah, I can't remember when that boot.
Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, they demolished
it was 2000. It had to be 2009, 10, something.
Oh, was that far back? So Whiskey Myers comes out there and plays. Do you remember them? I mean, do you really?
Yep.
I mean,
I remember who they were because of
the name.
And well, I didn't even know really the name.
I mean, Whiskey.
I thought they were good. I knew that she had gone to high school with them, and then it just kind of progressed. They really were good. They were young, and I think they still have all the same guys like Cody, the two Codys, Jeff, and
they played at Stanley's Barbecue, haven't they? I mean, probably not anymore.
No, they play arenas.
Yeah. If you want to be,
they're playing Moody next week down in Austin with Wade Bowens opening for them.
It seems in the music business, if you want to be successful, you need to put alcohol or drugs in your name or your songs, right? I mean, like
doesn't hurt.
Whiskey Myers,
yeah,
cocaine country dancing,
yeah, coffee. It's another local,
right? I mean, just for the people that we see or know here. But okay, so your first gig, are you saying the first gig you kind of fronted the money through Southern?
Well, I just gave them $200, but that wasn't one of their first. I mean, there was one of their first.
No, but I mean, their first. Bootlegger's first gig.
One of them, their very first person I think they had played there was a guy named Doug Moreland, and it's a good story because it goes back to your time out. Doug drove by. It was around Christmas when they had their first one, and Doug's like, so I know Doug through mutual friends, and he's like, Smitty, what's that time out up there?
It's only like 3 blocks from where the loafing shed was.
I said it's a strip club, and he's like, yeah. He's like, I got a plan for tonight. I said, okay. So he goes up on stage, and he's just an old cowboy. He's just best. Plays fiddle, puts down his cowboy hat and sticks it on the thing, says, everybody, y'all come up here and put in donations because we're going to clothe some ladies tonight. There's some around here that need clothing, and we need money to furnish the clothing.
What, they didn't look good?
No, he was just doing it so he could get some money to go to the strip club and furnish clothing.
Oh, okay. He didn't tell them he was going to the strip.
He did later, and people were loving it. That more people went in giving money when they found out that's what he was doing.
So is this where you get your first connection with kind of interacting with bands?
My first kind of real interaction was we had that clothing line, Southern Thread. We were trying to get it started. And I don't remember if it was Michael Dvorak or Jeff Winger. One of them came up with the thing like, we want to start like we're a band. We don't want to go out. We want to start grassroots. So we made like concert t-shirts with Southern Thread on it. We did all this stuff where people would go, what's Southern Thread? What's Southern Thread?
Oh, yeah.
And we took it to Steamboat, which is a big music festival for Red Dirt.
In Colorado?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a very big...
during the winter or summertime?
They do it the 1st of January.
All right, so it's still
you can
the skiers, yeah.
Everything. And a guy named John Dixon, he's it's his festival. So he let us come up there, and we had boxes
of t-shirts,
of shirts, Southern Thread, just like concert t-shirts. We had do-rags, bandanas, we had caps, and he gave us.
Working for?
I was working for Cinch, but it was a branch. Southern
Okay, all right.
So we went from room to room. He gave us room. We'd knock on the door.
Hey, you want a t-shirt?
And it was Randy Rogers. We went to his, and they were all in one big room. and we just gave him a box.
Did you know Randy Rogers at the
I
time?
didn't know him at the time. He said, here's a box of clothes. Wear what you want. If you don't want it, give it away.
It's just like
But we love people to wear it.
it just reminds me of a guest we had, a social influencer, where they ask you to post stuff, but you physically said, hey, take this and just wear it.
Just wear it. And this is, I mean, social media was nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is the precursor to what social media and influencing has become.
Yes. So we did Randy, Wade, Ragweed,
Cross Canadian.
Grady Cross, his brother worked with us, a guy named Nathan Cross. So they were wearing our stuff a little bit. So I can't remember the year, and I want to say maybe it was 2009, 2010. If you go and look at that music festival pictures that they took,
The bunch of Southern Thread stuff.
and people were going, hey, what's that band? What's that band? Wasn't a band, but everybody on stage was wearing it. So it kind of got us moving in the right direction. And that's how I became friends. As things progressed, we sponsored a lot of people. We sponsored like Josh Abbott, Kyle Park, Casey Donahue, a girl named Kristen Kelly.
When you say sponsor, does that mean you would do something at a concert, or you would
do money,
or you would just provide them all the clothing they want?
Clothes and money,
Okay.
to kind of get them started, because they were just small like us, so we were trying to help them to get down the road.
And then what would y'all get back from them by the sponsors?
Some of them would come and sign autographs at places. If they did a show, they would wear our stuff and they would plug us on stage, which still to me is a crazy deal, because there's so many different ways you can advertise and do things. But a lot of people step away from the music and people. But if you have somebody on stage and they're on stage for 75 minutes minimum, and they're wearing your stuff, and they have a Cinch cap on or a Cinch shirt,
And you like them.
and people are watching, and let's say there's 4,000 people watching them, that's pretty good advertising.
Yeah, especially people that like and are trying to be like him
Right.
or her,
Yeah.
whoever it is.
Yes.
Right? I mean, they're like, I want to be like them. I want to have the clothes they have.
Yeah. And so these guys really helped push. Casey Donahue was really good. Stoney LaRue, a bunch of them. And it just kind of progressed. And the funny thing is, a lot of my friends now are ones we didn't ever sponsor, so it's always a running joke between us. But yeah, I just kind of got into it like that, and then things have. And that's another, like the Western industry. It's just another small industry where we're all. It's like a music family, and I've been kind of lucky enough.
I mean, a non-musician.
To be included in it, because they know my love for music. They know what I've done, and if I can help people when they come to town, a lot of times I'll take them to eat or something, so they're not stuck on the bus and things like that. And it's just such a little. It's a family music. The Texas music, and now it's expanded because Nashville wouldn't mess with Texas people.
Right. I was about to ask you, this group you're talking about, do you categorize them all as kind of red dirt, Texas music?
Yes.
Okay. And so this group, for some reason, Nashville really didn't want anything to do with?
Yes, because Nashville thought they were too
old country?
Too big, and the Texas thing was too small. And and a few people went up there and tried it and kind of got railroaded by Nashville. Ragweed went up and kind of got slightly a little screwed over. Pat Green, Corey Morrow.
I mean, Pat Green is a name people probably know, even if they don't know Red Dirt.
Yeah, and then he went up there, but now it's so awesome to see.
Are people wanting them now?
Yes, Cody Johnson was big down here, Nashville.
Did he play on TV or what?
He plays everything.
Award show?
Yeah, he plays everything.
Yeah,
and he started in this Texas, but he's expanded. Parker McCullum, he's expanded.
That's the one that I think is blowing up.
Yeah, Co Wetzel,
Parker's young.
Yeah,
he's got a young audience, because I learned about him through my son and his girlfriend that went to a Parker McCullum, and I was like, and this was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, he played Red Dirt.
Yeah, but
3 or 4 years ago.
And I was like, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then,
super talented,
right,
good songwriter.
He's like from Katy, Texas or something.
He's from Conroe.
Yeah, right in there.
And the funny story on him is who discovered him, I guess, Randy Rogers.
Really?
So Randy saw him somewhere and was like, this guy's good. Started his own little
Label?
management company with a couple other people. And then they brought Parker in, and then Parker got big, and now is with Enzo, another friend of ours who was big in this. He was ragweed and all that. He's in Nashville now, and Parker's with him.
You know, what you're saying is, what a lot I didn't understand the Red Dirt crew. I didn't know who these country artists were and why they were all, concentrated around here. But I would suspect if they couldn't get any traction in Nashville, that there had to be management companies, studios, labels that came up around here to represent these people.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know that, but I would think that that's true.
And it's still kind of that way. There's some management companies that were based out of Austin that are now in Nashville. Quite a few of those, and then some that are still in Texas.
Because Austin is it's got a magnetic pull for music, right?
Yeah.
And does that include Red Dirt Country?
Oh yeah, that's where most of them record. A lot of them record their stuff there. They used to. I don't know where most, but a lot of them are recorded down there. There's a studio here, Rosewood.
Is that Robin Hood Brian's?
Well, I think it was originally his, but now it's Rosewood. But Pat's recorded up here. Leanne Rhymes, Paul Cawthon records here.
Because I knew the story, and I've met Robin Hood before and talked to him. ZZ Top came through here in 1973 and made 3 songs at his which is on Sunnybrook.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the Rosewood or not.
It's just the one. The Rosewood is across the street from Willowbrook.
Okay, no, that's a different one.
But yeah, that did you ever see the story, the Netflix about the
greatest little band in Texas? Yeah. Oh yeah.
And where they sent him to the country tavern manager so they could cut the song they wanted to cut because he wouldn't do it. And they sent him to the country tavern for ribs.
I mean,
so the guy was gone for an hour.
Yeah, I did.
And they came back
and they edited it like they wanted
it,
right?
Without him being there. And so,
I mean, is there anybody else that's local here that's we know obviously Miranda Lambert, Lindale. She doesn't really embrace Tyler. It doesn't seem like, does she?
Yeah, I guess she does. I mean, I heard something the other day where she was like, "I have a rose named after me in Tyler."
I mean, I think they embrace her. I think she's maybe stayed kind of loyal to Lindale, who's technically not Tyler.
Yeah. She's from around here. And then, like we said, Whiskey Myers, you got Paul Cawthon. You've got...
What do you think about Paul? I mean,
you got
Paul,
Casey Musgraves.
Yeah. What do you think about Paul? Paul he doesn't seem like Red Dirt.
No, Paul's different. Paul's not Red Dirt. Paul actually doesn't play a ton in Texas. He plays everywhere.
His is more like a cult following.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't mean that in a negative way.
No.
But like some bands
that. He would love that he has.
Where people will just go see somebody no matter where they go.
Yeah.
And they're just all about them.
Yeah.
Can these guys make a living doing that kind of thing nowadays? Because I don't know what the money is like.
Now it's, after COVID, everything went way up. Way up.
Because people appreciated, after not being able to enjoy anything, they were willing to pay for experiences and enjoy themselves. Yeah. You think that's it?
I don't know the exact reasoning, but prices have shot through the roof.
Or the inflation argument. Everything costs more because they printed a lot of money during that time.
Yeah, it could be. I think it's kind of a combination of things, and they've always done well. But some of them now, man, the money is...
I mean, you hear about these fees for people to come play, and it's huge.
There's a band.
I mean...
And I don't want to say their names because I don't have exact figures, but I saw them in September of 2022 in Austin. They unloaded their own van. They're not a Texas Red Dirt. They're from out of Texas. I just happened to be at Saxton Pub with a friend of mine, Troy Geyer. They came on at midnight.
That's late.
They unloaded they did all their stuff themselves.
And they drove home.
And they were doing a few things around Texas, but I think at one point, I know at one point they were getting like 5,000 a show.
Which, by the time you pay expenses,
Nothing.
I mean, in hotels, if you travel, it's not.
Most time the place will get your hotel and some food and stuff, but you're $5,000, and I think they have 5 members, so not very much money there. I think I heard the other day they get $2 million.
They get $2 million for what?
A show.
That same band.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right? I
I know it's 1, but I think somebody had told me it was 2, and
that wouldn't be for everything. I mean, because you'd have to have an arena sold out to get that, would you?
The kind of things they're playing festivals. They're playing festivals.
I mean, do festivals do well enough to pay an artist that much? I mean, what's a festival that you can think of that I mean, do we call the Red Dirt Festival a festival?
It's a festival.
I mean, because they've got a center stage.
Yeah, stage. They do the barbecue, and I mean, I don't know how you technically say a festival. There's a guy from here named Chase Colston, and he does those troubadour festivals, and Salina and College Station, and he does really well with them too.
But I mean, not all country apparel people, end up or have access to the music business that you did, right? I mean, you said you were fortunate, you were blessed, you kind of got lucky the way it went down.
Yeah.
And that's probably because Cinch was helping these guys get going.
Yeah, so some of the artists, and then they just appreciated us putting effort towards them and doing things, and then it just kind of built from there.
But I mean,
and then became friends because then
you're a personal person.
Randy and Wade, or some of them truly. When I lived in New Braunfels, we all lived in this area of, I don't even know.
Did those musicians live in there too?
Yeah, a ton of them live in there.
Is that because
Canada, Cody and Shannon Canada, Wade, Randy, Bree Bagwell, there's just a whole little.
Was Green Hall, a reason why they wanted to be around there? Is that kind of where they would go around there to Green Hall and some other places, that were nearby?
Well, I mean, yeah, and the hill country, man. People, they just love the hill country. And then everybody looks out. Well, like I said, everybody just kind of looks out for everybody. It's close enough to Austin, but far enough from Austin.
Right.
If you don't want to be part of that. Airports, if they need to fly out, San Antonio, Austin, and then easy to get on the interstate, and they have bus calls and stuff there, so you just get on the interstate and go.
Is Red Dirt still a thing, you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or is it, as it's being accepted, is it kind of becoming part of everything else that's country music?
It's kind of becoming its own little thing, but in a bigger stage. And once again, you can go back to Yellowstone. You can go back to Taylor. Taylor played Wade. Taylor played
Ryan Bingham.
Lainey
Wilson, but she's not.
She was bigger.
Yeah.
Flatland Calvary. I mean, they're getting big, and I think they played on there.
I mean, are you close enough with some of these people where you actually, have their number? You could call them. You could, say, "Hey, man, what's going on?"
Yeah.
I mean, you think you say everybody's close, it's like the clothing business is close.
Mm-hmm.
The music business, you say, is close.
Yeah.
Red Dirt, I guess.
Right.
You think, they've accepted you because you were part of the clothing business that was helpful to those guys when they didn't have anything?
Yeah. 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 And then also there's something to be said about just being every one of those
kind of people they are.
I treat every one of them just like I treat you as my friend. Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised y'all are still together.
Exactly. And that was, my dad was a musician, and my dad.
Yeah, he led the band.
Yeah, he led the band. He won some awards and playing trumpet and stuff like that. He was super talented. But I always watched him, how he met people, and he loved meeting people. And he loved making friends.
He was outgoing.
That
extrovert.
That's where I got it. I think that's where Presley gets it. Presley, you met her. She's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she loves to meet people. She wants to meet people. She wants to make you happy. She wants to make you smile. She wants to be a friend. And that's
But But I mean, you've been successful in your own right.
Your birthday the other day, she sent me a text after we had all communicated, and she said, "Hey, it's Chad's birthday."
She must have seen that. I don't know how. Facebook or something like that.
But she was like, should I text him? And I go, yeah. Text him if you want. And then I don't know. She was at work and they had a meeting.
It's okay.
With me, but that's the type.
I'll get one next year, Presley.
Yeah, Presley, get one
next year. Get me next year.
Now Kennedy's unlike me and Presley. She's organized. She'll put it in her calendar and you'll get one.
Well, certainly. Your personality has been one of your greatest attributes. I would think if somebody objectively looked at you and watched your life for the last 30 or 40 years, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's my only one. I'm short. I'm not good looking, a little chubby.
Guys can have money or they can have personality.
Yeah, boy, I got the wrong end on that one. But I ain't a personality, no money. But
I mean, if I could get, I think you sell yourself short sometimes on the grades, the intelligence, and the schooling. You kind of joke about, well, I'm not very smart, but I don't know if that's true. I mean, there's a street smart kind of way that you've navigated the business world, the music world, that seems to have put you in places that other people maybe wanted to be but have never gotten to.
Yeah, I wasn't a good student, you know that.
I don't know if that was effort.
It was a lack of effort.
Okay.
I just wasn't. I feel like when I get things that, like in business, numbers, margins, and all these different things, I can grasp stuff like, I've always been able to grasp stuff like that.
I think they used to call that common sense.
Yes. Yeah, somewhat. But when you have to do some of the math on it.
You don't have a dyslexia or you don't have anything that...
No, it's just lazy.
Just okay. All right. Honesty is good on a podcast.
Yeah, I was just lazy.
Right.
And that's kind of, well, like now when people would always ask me about my kids' grades, like, oh, they get this good student. I go,
it was hard for you to be tough on.
I go, I don't know. I go, here's their deal. And this is what I told them. I said, you make good grades, you pass. We don't have to have a discussion because I was not a good student and I understand.
Hypocrite.
But I'm not going to be a hypocrite.
I hear you.
I'm not going to be a hypocrite.
I hear you.
Well, that's it.
It's hard for me.
I'm almost
a poor father because you don't want to be a hypocrite.
Yeah. I'm almost too honest with them about everything about my life. And
that's me.
That when they ask me a question, I'm pretty honest, and because there's no other way to do it.
Chad, that's inappropriate. I've heard that a million times, right?
Well, we went to a dinner after we gave out turkeys. What did you give out turkeys for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, yeah.
How many turkeys did you give out?
1,000.
Yeah, we gave out 1,000 turkeys. Chad was kind enough to ask me. Me and Presley came and handed out turkeys, and so afterwards we went to go eat dinner. And
at the Grove,
we were all
shout out to the Grove.
Shout out to the Grove. So at the end of all the way on the other end of the table was Chad. I was down on the far end, and Chad told a story about me, and it might have dealt with an illegal substance. And Presley's sitting right next to me.
Oh, I forgot she was there.
And so I'm just kind of like, okay, well, once again, being an honest parent.
Well,
I just went right on with the story. And she was like, Dad. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, that was a long time ago.
Well, I'm sorry, Smitty. This podcast is called Unfiltered.
So was that dinner.
Well, this podcast is named after, my most often state of mind, which is usually unfiltered.
Yeah.
If you know me, yeah, that's true, right?
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
But, I'm 58, you're 57. When's your birthday?
April 5th.
April 5th. Golly, one day after my dad's.
Mm-hmm. And Presley's is the same as your dad.
Isn't that wild?
Mm-hmm.
My father-in-law, his birthday is April 4th, the same as my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, what do you think, Smitty? You're 57, you're at Cinch. Where are you taking it home from? Are you staying with Cinch? You got any other plans?
No, I love it.
Are you getting into something else?
No, I love this. It's what
what
some
you
people
know.
always say, some people say that was your calling or whatever. And for me to end up in this whole industry is just crazy because we grew up and I wasn't Western.
Right.
I mean, you and I,
I
since we were little,
I saw
we all just grew
Urban Cowboy, and then I thought I was John Travolta for a
Yeah.
minute, and then you and I thought we were in Greece after that.
Yeah,
came out.
that whole move. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a whole nother story.
Remember?
Yeah. So I for me to end up here, it's truly how God works in funny ways. How I ended up in the Western industry, how I ended up in the music, which I still say is part of my dad's connection. Like I feel like he had some involvement in me coming to this music side of it because he was such a great musician and he loved it, and I had no musical talent. And my brother,
I play
David,
a mean air guitar, but that's about it.
That's it. My brother David didn't have musical talent. Then my brother Michael, the oldest one, was a really good drummer, but he just didn't want to do it. And so I feel like everything just kind of happens for a reason. And I think me coming back to Cinch and to the company that I loved and needed a fresh start, and now I even have a fresh start. I think everything just is worked out kind of like it should.
Have you felt, have you felt any depression? Do you feel like you've overcome that, or is that something that you have to keep an eye on that comes and goes?
I think it's something you keep an eye on. I mean, people, my friend that brought it up and stuff, it's kind of one of those little, it can be a constant battle.
Because if you don't understand or haven't had it, or you don't know if you've had it, you don't know what somebody's really talking about, do you?
Yeah, and it's just, and part of it where it can sneak up on you is what I've learned, and I feel like it can, the girls moved out, so I'm by myself, and I feel like that sometimes is when things can sneak up.
Did you like living with the girls?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, obviously, 2 of 3 of my kids are living in Tyler now.
Yeah.
And that's part of the blessing part. Where
and mine both are in Tyler now. But when Ed Presley went off to college, and then Kennedy was over in Shreveport working.
I mean, MTS got you.
Yeah, and that was part of the whole scenario.
Because you had
and you've met Julie. Julie's the one that kind of walked me through.
Oh yeah,
kind of walked me through it, and she was really good on this is what you need to do, and she just always kind of you need to keep your guard up, and so the good thing now where I live out at Emerald,
I know because
it's a small community.
That's
I can just
tight community.
Yeah, I can just go up to the
clubhouse down a couple of cold beers, and there'll be
somebody sit on the porch, so I'm not alone. I can go play golf. There we have some other friends, like Chris Woodard that's out there, and he'll call me and we'll go play golf. But it's helped having that. I have family members out there too, so it helps. I didn't know I was then. I'm
an extrovert, I think,
Yeah,
but I can still be alone. You know what I'm saying?
I like being alone.
Do you think that, being as outgoing, that, when the more alone you are, do you think that makes it harder for you? Or do you think that, that has nothing to do with it?
I don't think it has anything to do with it. I don't know.
Because, we think about, we're getting older.
Yeah.
Some people, they have a spouse that dies, or they're not married or whatever, and it could get lonelier as we get older.
I've gotten good at, I don't feel like I get lonely. I've enjoyed. Everybody always said, well, if the kids are around, whatever, they're like, "Hey, is your dad gonna get married again?" They're like, "Well, he's been married one too many times." That's always the joke. But I'm not.
You're not.
I feel good by myself.
You're not closed off to it, though. If somebody came along, whatever.
I'll be a tad bit closed off to it.
Are you? But a partner, somebody.
Yeah.
It's nice to spend time with people.
Yeah.
Right.
And if somebody came along,
because you like people.
Oh no, I love people, and I just I'll go back to my scenario with Julie. I don't want to get married.
Well, y'all are 2 different stages in your life.
It's 2 different stages, and that was one deal, and that seems to be a running thing. Is I'm not super hip on marriage, and a lot.
You're so cool. You only draw younger women, and it causes a friction because you're in different stages of your life. Is that it?
It's not what I'm saying.
I mean, there's you need to join a pickleball league or a bingo league.
Wait, I may do pickleball. I do a cornhole league out in Emerald Bay.
Women don't like cornhole. They don't like the sound of it. Pickleball sounds a little more, why are all these games, putting this emphasis on, on burdens?
What happened to tennis? Now we're pickleball.
Badminton. Golly, the world's just turning south, right?
Badminton. I do have a great badminton story. I know you're probably like, you have a great badminton story. When I went to SFA, I had an 8 o'clock. You had for kinesiology. I was going to be a coach.
And that's a fancy word for
PE.
Exercise.
Exercising. So the classes you had to take badminton and you had to take gymnastics.
And underwater basket weaving.
No, that was if you were already on the football.
Oh, okay.
So these are some of the classes you had to take. So my very first 8 o'clock class was badminton. My very first. So I
know you said you weren't good in school, Smitty.
So I go down.
How much was those 3 hours cost?
Get ready for this. I'm 5 minutes late. My very first class.
Do you have your own?
Because I'm not sure where to go. I get in. I walk into the gym, and there's a man there, and he's teaching class, and he turns around. He's like, "Are you Mr. Smith?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "You're late." I said, "First time here." Like,
I'm from Tyler. I don't know anything.
I was confused. I got here last. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. He said, "Well, you look pretty athletic. Are you?" I said, "Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty athletic."
I mean, I rode the bench, but I played with some good guys.
I was good at everything, great at nothing.
I've seen a lot of good players.
I've seen a lot. So I said, "Yeah." I said, "I think I can do it." He said, "Tell you what." He said, "Class, hold on. Everybody come right around here." So he had the whole class. He said, "If Mr. Smith can beat me
in badminton,
if he can get 1 point in badminton, he does not have to come back to class." And he makes an A.
Ever?
Yes.
This semester?
Yes, that semester. I don't have to
What was the downside if you lost?
I had to be there every day at 8 o'clock. I couldn't miss one or I made F.
I don't know if I'd take that.
I took it because I feel like I'm pretty athletic.
I mean, you lived with Jeffus.
Yeah, at this point, I had no big deal with Jeffus yet. So I go, I'm like, okay. So I get it. And he's like, you want to serve? I said, sure.
Do you know how to serve?
I just put it right over the net. He spun around backwards and hit a spike behind his back over his head.
And tell me you dove and made a winning play.
Oh, no. He was a gold medal winner in the Olympics in badminton. I didn't get 1 point. 8 o'clock every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I was at class.
Did you make it?
Yes.
I mean, you were probably at Froggy's or whatever at night.
God, what was it that went Froggy's?
That bar in Nacogdoches?
I was at Cotton Eye Joe's, which was a
No, I'm thinking about it.
But you're thinking the one. Yeah, it was. But it wasn't that. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I was thinking about the Friday morning 8 o'clock, which was making it hard.
But I made it, and then he ended up being a gymnastics teacher, and you had to take gymnastics to be a coach. And I walked in, and he went, "Hello, Mr. Smith." I was like, "Boy, this is going to be miserable."
Where were you going with this coaching?
I was going to be a coach. I just want to be a coach.
What kind of coach? I mean, did you just go back and get
baseball?
Get a job at the junior high?
I just wanted to be a coach. My mom was a teacher. My dad was a band director and a teacher, and I just kind of felt. I mean, you knew. I still remember we were probably 11 around there, and somebody asked you what you wanted to be, and you said you wanted to be a lawyer.
I don't even remember that. Did I?
Make $50K a year.
Did I say that?
Exactly.
Well, $50K sounded like a lot back in 1977.
It was a lot back then.
But
that's I don't know where we were, but I remember to this day that conversation somebody had with.
Well, I beat it.
Just a snippet. But yeah, but anyway, that's you kind of have. That's I think that's a lot. I mean, you see a lot of people like your son. He's now a lawyer. Like you kind of get that vibe, and teaching was good. I mean,
I mean,
I knew any different.
I mean, my son Jake almost went the coaching route.
Yeah,
he liked it.
Yeah,
but you think about that. I guess was it the poor schooling that you did opened up the door what would eventually be the apparel and the music that is your life now?
Yes, because I couldn't even become a teacher.
I mean, it's okay. So the moral of your story is, do poorly in school, follow your dreams.
What movie is that? Oh, Caddyshack. Hey, Smitty, the world needs ditch diggers too. And there you go.
Yeah,
right there.
Well, you've elevated the apparel salesman / music. You're kind of a roadie in a way, right? I mean,
a roadie.
Well, I mean, okay, maybe a meal groupie.
No, my God, stop talking. I'll go with roadie.
All right, we'll go with roadie.
I'll go with roadie.
Well, look, man, this has been fun. Just kind of digging into your life a little bit. Hope it didn't get too personal.
I appreciate it.
I think people don't talk about stuff that they probably need to, and it's helpful to them.
I'll be back next week, and we'll go deeper.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, man.
Don't charge me that $300 an hour for my therapy.
No, we won't.